Thank you for being with us this evening, Anup. Very glad that you are here with us as well. Tufan, I'm so happy you've joined us. Adarsh.billionaire. Oh God, that's an amazing Instagram handle. Adi Jain, Sujit Gaikwad, thank you so much for being with us this evening for this Instagram live session. Now, how many of you guys, when you were young, like kids, were asked this question, what do you want to be when you grow up? बड़े होके क्या बनोगे? Like our dadas, our dadis, our nanas, our nanis, our chachas, our chachis, our papas, our mummies, and then our kakas and our khakis and our friends and everybody around would ask us this question. What do you want to be when you grow up? बड़े होकर क्या बनना चाहते हो? Right? Like a teacher was once in a classroom with about 7-year-old kids, and she asked a boy called Varun, Varun, what do you want to be when you grow up? Varun said, well, I want to be a multi-billionaire. I want to have like 365 cars, 5 homes, 3 chartered planes, and 20 bank accounts. The teacher said, look, Varun, I asked you, what do you want to be when you grow up? I didn't ask you to write an essay, man, like a long descriptive essay. I want to 365 cars, blah, 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 blah. Then she turned to a girl in his class, Pooja, and said, Pooja, don't write an essay like Varun, okay? Answer in 2 words, what do you want to be when you grow up? Pooja, very candidly, after a pause, looked at the teacher, said, when I grow up, I want to be Varun's wife. Let Varun do all the earning. Let Varun get all the money. Let Varun get his 365 cars. I just get married to Varun, और जो Varun का वो सब मेरा. But we all got asked this question, right? What do you want to be when you grow up? बड़े होके क्या बनोगे? When John Lennon, the legendary singer and the songwriter from the Beatles band, was in school, just a young boy, one day when he was in school, the teacher gave an assignment to all the kids in class, including John Lennon, obviously, as a boy. And the teacher asked all of them this question as an assignment. What do you want to be when you grow up? The very same question. बड़े होके क्या बनोगे? One boy in class said, the standard answer is, ma'am, when I grow up, I want to be an engineer. Another kid said, when I grow up, I want to be a doctor. Another kid said, when I grow up, I want to be a lawyer. Another kid said, I want to be an artist. Another kid said, I want to be an accountant. Another kid said, I want to be an actor. When the teacher turned to John Lennon, the young boy, and said, what about you, John? John said, when I grow up, I want to be happy. When I grow up, I want to be happy. The teacher, a little disappointed, looked at John and said, look, John, I don't think you understood the question. I don't think you understand the assignment. John turned to the teacher and said, ma'am, I think you don't understand life. John's mother had taught him that the greatest assignment, the greatest project in life is to be happy. Isn't it true, ladies and gentlemen, that whatever we do, whether it's our relationships, our studies, our work, our earning money, our wanting to be entertained, our wanting to go on a holiday, whatever we do, isn't it true that the greatest assignment in our life is to be happy, and we look for that happiness in everything we do? The bottom line of our life is that urge to find happiness. The bottom line of our life is that we all seek that fulfillment, that satisfaction, that happiness, that joy. And therefore that answer of the legendary singer and songwriter John Lennon was a legendary answer as well. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be happy. Yes, indeed. Life is meant to be lived. It is meant to be lived fully. जिंदगी को पूरी तरह से जीना चाहिए. If we want to be happy, if we want to experience life fully, we need to live our life well. We need to live our life fully, ladies and gentlemen. दोस्तों, अपनी जिंदगी में अपने जीवन को, अपने जिंदगी को पूरी तरह से अच्छी तरह से जीना सीखिए. अगर जीना नहीं सीखेंगे तो खुशी, सुख, आनंद बहुत दूर चला जाएगा जी. But we all know, as much as we say this in life, oh my God, we are so stressed, we are so depressed, we are so worked up, we are so disappointed, we are so frustrated, we get so upset, we get so angry, we get so negative, we get so toxic. And all of these negative emotions, these toxic emotions, jeopardize the quality of our life, jeopardize the quality of the happiness we experience in our life. Ladies and gentlemen, this is precisely why it's very crucial and important for us to learn how to deal with these problems. Problems are going to be there. Today we have the corona pandemic. Some have lost their jobs, some have lost their dear ones, some are just feeling intensely negative because of what's going on around. And if it's corona or not corona, if the pandemic or not the pandemic, if the lockdown or not the lockdown starts, the lockdown opens, so many things going on around in life. And the more we learn how to deal with these problems that come our way, that's how we will learn to experience life fully as well. And therefore, it's really crucial that we learn the art of dealing with these problems. Many times I think the problem is big, definitely. The issue, the trouble, the problem is big in magnitude. But you know what's bigger than the problem? What's bigger than the problem is that we see the problem as a problem. Problem बड़ा है, लेकिन प्रॉब्लम को प्रॉब्लम देखना ये उससे भी बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है. And so many times our vision makes us see that issue, that problem as a problem. I often say, if you're a believer, I use the word God. If you're not a believer, I use the word life. But call it God, call it life, whatever. God or life will never give you a test which is beyond your capacity to handle. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, God/life will never give you a test which is beyond your capacity to handle. Which means any problem, any issue, any difficulty that comes in your life, you have the ability to handle it. You have the power to overcome it. You have the capacity to rise above it. But often, because we forget it, when we forget that we have the power to handle it, when we forget that God or life will never give us a test which is beyond our capacity to handle, when we forget these cardinal principles, these realities, these facts of life, that is when we start seeing the problem as a problem. जब हम ये भूल जाते हैं कि हम में कितनी क्षमता है, जब हम ये भूल जाते हैं कि जो भी परीक्षा अपने जीवन में आएगी वो हमारी योग्यता में के कैपेसिटी में है, we can overcome it. When we forget it, जब हम ये भूल जाते हैं ना, तब हमको प्रॉब्लम दिखाई पड़ता है. But when we remember that we are powerful, when we remember that we are empowered, when we remember that we can tune into our inner self, that is when our vision changes. We no longer see a problem just as a problem. We see a problem as a challenge that we can overcome, as a challenge that we can rise above, as a challenge that we can cross over, as a challenge that we can win over. And through that challenge, grow and go deeper into ourselves and into our lives. And therefore, when we change this vision, that is when we don't see the problem as a problem, but we actually start seeing the problem as a challenge. Today we are going to have Mumbai Indians and Delhi Capitals contesting against each other for the IPL trophy. Who will win the trophy? 7:30. I know most all of you are going to log into Hotstar and watch the IPL final match to see who wins the trophy. Will it be Mumbai Indians? Will it be Delhi Capitals? Who is going to win the trophy? Now, the most amazing thing is, when it's a sport, both teams are looking at it as a sport. and they look at it as a challenge. Every ball is seen as a challenge. Every ball that is bowled by the baller is seen as a challenge. And similarly, when you look at life, and life bowls googlies at you, whatever the googly may be, in terms of loss of a job, or in terms of a reduced salary, in terms of a health crisis, in terms of heartbreak, in terms of a relationship crisis, whatever it may be, ladies and gentlemen, when you see that life bowls these googlies at you, if you see it as a problem, that is a problem. If you see that it's within your capacity to hit a 4 or hit a 6, trust me, when you look at it as a challenge, is when you start scoring well in the game of life. And therefore, indeed, life will be full of challenges and problems. We have to learn how to navigate through them. Rather than looking at it as a problem, we start looking at it as a challenge. Rather than looking at it as something beyond us, start looking at it as something that's within our capacity to handle. Rather than seeing it as a difficult exam, start seeing it as a test by God or life which is within our capacity to handle. Now, when I'm telling you this, I'm reminded of an interesting and a beautiful story which I haven't shared for a long time. It's one of my favorite stories. I absolutely love it. The real Gagru, thank you for joining. Janvi, hi there. Abandoned 1114, a thumbs up to you. And Sarshid 93, a thumbs up to you as well. Yogesh, yes. Oh, thank you for joining us. Pasari Sanket, hello there. Senju, I know Senjoita, there's so many challenges we all face. I completely am with you. But at the same time, it's important that we start looking at it in a different perspective and see how we can deal with it rather than just getting overwhelmed by it. And of course, we are human beings. We get affected. Of course we get affected. Of course we have emotions. We get negative about it. And we should be real about it. We should accept it. We should go through those emotions. At the same time, we also need to learn how to rise above them. If not immediately, eventually. Because all of us have different healing times. Some of us heal quickly, some of us heal a little later. But heal, we must. Rise above, we must. Take your own time. Take your own time. In your own time. In your own space. In your own way. Rise above it. Heal. Because it is within your capacity to heal. We are powerful beyond measure. We're not weak. So thank you for bringing that point. Yes, we're facing challenges, but we need to rise. Kuldeep Pala, thank you for joining. Ayush, Brai Chura, Badri Chalam, M. Soni, Sunil Gupta, thank you all very much for. I'm going to tell you that story, right? I know some of you are waiting. A story bolne wale thale, kya ho gaya? You're about to tell us a story. What happened about it? I'm going to be telling you the story soon. Rupesh Tripathi, I am Advait. Advait, I'm so happy to see you here as well. Thank you, Ankit. Yes, time can heal everything. Time will heal, but we have to take the responsibility to heal ourselves as well. Time is definitely a great healer, but if we choose not to heal ourselves, even time cannot do anything to heal us. So we must take the responsibility for healing to our own self. Vegan foodie, thank you for that laughter. Captain, thank you very much. Satish, yes, my prayers for you. Yes, Satish Reddy, I'm calling out your name, man. Your dream, here's your name. Bhuvana, Kundapur and Mukunda. Nikhil, thank you very much for joining us. Here's the story for this evening. One of my all-time favorites. A common story, but tells us so much in how we can heal and how we can deal with these challenges and difficulties and problems in our life. But thank you all very much for joining us this evening. And let me now tell you this story. A girl, like a college-going girl, I know so many of you here are students, I suppose, and many of you professionals as well, most of you youngsters here. So much going on in your lives as well, isn't it? Like a young college student, a university student came up home and she's like sitting depressed, head hung in her hands and brows like all stressed up. And as she was sitting there with her head hung, with a very sad expression on her face, her mother came up to her and said, "Darling, why are you so sad? What's wrong?" The girl said, "Nothing, Mom." Said, "Please, darling, I'm your mom. Tell me, what's wrong?" After a little bit of pleading and plodding, the girl said, "Nothing's going right in my life, Mama. I failed in all my exams at college. मैं सारी exams में fail हो गई. And I was in a relationship. My boyfriend just yesterday he broke up with me, and I'm shattered inside. And suddenly I just got my medical reports today, and I see that I have high cholesterol, and I'm so stressed out. Everything's going wrong in my life. I just don't know what to do. I'm just so frustrated, so depressed, so lost. I have no idea what to do, Mom. The mother said, okay, no worries, come with me. The mother held the hand of her daughter and took her into the kitchen. On the cooking stove, the gas stove, she lit up 3 different burners. On each of these burners, she put 3 pots. हर एक गैस के बर्नर पे एक बर्तन रखा. And when she put these 3 pots, she poured water in all of these 3 pots and allowed the water in all the 3 pots to boil. सारे 3 पतेलों में पानी को उबलने दिया. And when the water had reached it was boiling, in the first pot, and the girl's watching. I asked my mom, I'm depressed. I had a heartbreak. My cholesterol is high. I failed my exams. Everything's going bad. And what is my mom doing? She's put up 3 pots on the gas stove and she's put water in it to boil. And what's she going to do now? And the girl saw the mother in the first pot of boiling water put a carrot. एक गाजर डाला ऊपर तने उबलते हुए पानी में. In the second pot, she put a whole egg, पूरा बड़ा अंडा डाला. And in the third pot, she put coffee beans. Coffee के beans डाले. And she kept them there. And the girl was watching, saying, Mom, what's it all about? She said, just a minute, darling. Just wait for a while and watch. And after a while, the mother put a spoon inside the first pot to see what had happened to the carrot, to the gajar. The gajar had all gone soft and got crumbled and got mushy inside the water. Then she looked at the egg. The egg was still the same outside, but inside, egg was liquid in the beginning with the egg yolk, and now it had become solid, hard. And with the coffee beans had given its taste, its aroma and its color to the entire water. सारे पानी में कॉफी का रंग, कॉफी की खुशबू और कॉफी का स्वाद फैल चुका था. The mother turned to her daughter and said to her daughter, look, darling, the first pot, we put the carrot inside there. Some people are like those carrots. They seem to be very tough. बड़े tough लगते हैं, कड़क लगते हैं. जैसे गाजर अगर आप पानी से बाहर लाओ ना, कड़क रखता है ना, मतलब कच्चा गाजर, like tough. Raw gajar, raw carrot seems to be tough. But when it goes into the water, boiling water, it's mushy, crumbles down. Some people are like that. They seem very tough. But when you have challenges, when you have difficulties, when you have problems, the gas is turned on, when the water is boiling, they just crumble down, darling. The second kind of people are like the egg. They seem tough from outside, but inside they were very soft. The soft-hearted people, externally they may have a tough veneer, a tough look, but they're very soft from inside. And when the gas is turned on, when the water boils, जब मुश्किलें आती हैं, मुसीबतें आती हैं, difficulties आती है, problems आती है, issues आती है, गैस पूरी जोर शोर में चालू हो जाता है और पानी जब उबलने लगता है ना, these people who are like hard, like the shell from outside, not like hard, you can crack it, but it's externally it seems like a hard shell, but अंदर ना पहले वो लोग soft थे, fluid, like the yolk of the egg, but now they become hard-hearted, they become bitter, they become negative, they become toxic by what's happening in their life and what's happening around them. And then she looked at the third part and said, come closer, darling, smell this. The girl smelt it. Oh, the aroma of the coffee was exotic. You know how the aroma of coffee can be. You go around Starbucks, go around a cafe or at the airport and you see Especially in the West, and you travel, the aroma of coffee is all over the airports. And the color of the coffee. Not to speak of the taste of the coffee. The mother said to the daughter, the third kind of people, darling, are like coffee beans. They don't get smushed and they don't crumble down like the carrot. Nor do they become hard-hearted inside like the egg, which was soft and liquid internally became hard. Coffee beans, they don't look at problems as problems. They look at problems as challenges. And not only do they want to come out of it, but they want to spread the aroma. They want to spread the color. They want to spread the taste into the water around them. Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, isn't it so important that we start turning ourselves into coffee beans? दोस्तों, क्या ये ज़रूरी नहीं कि हम अपनी लाइफ में, अपनी ज़िंदगी में कॉफ़ी बीन्स की तरह बनने लगे? और अगर कॉफ़ी बीन्स की तरह बनना है ना, तो एक बात फिर से बता रहे हैं, याद रखिए, remember this one thing again, life/God will never give you a test that you cannot overcome. आपके जीवन में कोई भी ऐसी परीक्षा नहीं आएगी जिसको आप ओवरकम नहीं कर पाएंगे. You will never get a test that you won't be in a position to overcome. Saurabh, thank you for joining. Manoj, thank you so much. Rakesh, so glad you are here. Palak, so happy to have you. Parth, I'm so delighted to have you here with us. Payal, oh, so happy you're here with us. Tanisha, glad that you joined us this evening. Oh, Ivan, you're here. Ivan Carmichael, thank you for joining. Much love to you, bro, as well. Thank you for being with us here this evening. So much enjoyed doing that live session with you, Ivan. I love this man, Ivan Carmichael, such a good friend of mine. Thank you again, Ivan, for joining. Varun Reddy, hello there. Meena, so good that you're with us. Kailash, Om, oh wow, that Om there. Karuna, hello there. Devanshu, thank you for recommending Neha to join us this live session. Please recommend your friends. We just have a couple of minutes left, just a few minutes before we end our Instagram live session for this evening. Indeed, as soon as we tune into our power and realize that we will never be given a test that's beyond our capacity to handle, is when we become like the coffee beans. We don't just look at our own problems, but we see how can we spread the aroma, the taste, the fragrance, the color to others around us as well. I've always felt one thing, my life personally, in the lives of people who have helped, tried to help, in the lives of people who have guided. When we have issues and problems, and when we are too absorbed in our problems and our issues, that's when they hurt us a lot. We need to come out of our mental loops. We need to come out of this, internal conflict that's going on in our mind. And one of the best ways to come out of that conflict, internal conflict and that internal challenge, is to spread the aroma to others. To start giving that fragrance, aroma, light to others, And when we shine in our own lives, we allow others to shine as well. When the light in us shines, we give others the consent to shine in their lives as well. When we overcome our problems and challenges, we inspire people around us to overcome their problems and challenges as well, like the coffee beans, spreading that color, spreading that aroma, spreading that taste and that delectable, exotic experience to the water. Which is why we've been posting on Instagram a lot, isn't it? Did you see our HP ad that I put up? It's a beautiful ad, isn't it? That let's go vocal for local this festive season. Let's become coffee beans. Let's become coffee beans by going vocal for local. This festive season, many of you are probably celebrating Diwali. Let's not just light up our own lives. Let's not be carrots and eggs. Let's be coffee beans. Let's spread the aroma. Let's make someone's Diwali beautiful, someone's festival beautiful. We've been blessed. If we've been blessed and we've been fortunate in whatever we have, let us make others fortunate as well. I request all of you who are watching this, and some of you, this will be on our IGTV, some of you, if you watch this as well later, please do go and buy stuff from your local vendors, whether it's diyas, whether it's sweets, whether it's vegetables, fruits, or whatever you need for the festival. Get it from the local vendors and take a picture or take a video of it and post that story on your Instagram with the location of that vendor if possible. And please tag me in. Put that picture, put that video up, tag me in with the hashtag vocal for local. I will share your stories, guys. I will share your stories, and let's make kindness go viral. Let's make love go viral. Let's make care go viral. Let's make light go viral this festive season, this Diwali. Let's bring light to the lives of many. If you have your domestic helps, if you saw yesterday's video on share your care or the pizza story, if you have a domestic help, a driver, a liftman, a watchman, whoever, light up their festival as well by trying to do something good for them this Diwali, this festive season. Let us not be just carrots. Let us not just be eggs. Let us be coffee beans. Yes, we all have our challenges. Yes, we all have our difficulties. And when we move out of our own minds and our own shells and we try to do something for others, trust me, not only do we feel healed inside, but we also allow others to heal and light up their lives. Which is why I remember this beautiful quote by Rabindranath Tagore, who said, I slept, and I dreamt that life was joy. I repeat, I slept, and I dreamt that life was joy. I woke up, and I saw that life was service. I slept and I dreamt that life was joy. I woke up and I saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy. Ladies and gentlemen, if we try to serve others, if we try to bring a smile in someone's life, if we try to light up someone's life this festive season, all the grace, all the blessings, all the positive energy from God, life, universe, whatever you call it, will come to you this festive season and make your festive season lit up with smiles, joy, happiness and joy in your heart that cannot be explained in words. इसीलिए कई बार मैं हिंदी में कहता हूँ जी, किसी फकीर की झोली में जब मैंने कुछ सिक्के डाले, किसी फकीर की झोली में मैंने जब कुछ सिक्के डाले, तब मुझे पता लगा कि महंगाई के दौर में दुआएं आज भी सस्ती है. दोस्तों, इस महंगाई के दौर में दुआएं महंगी नहीं है. किसी लोकल वेंडर को मदद कीजिए, अपने डोमेस्टिक हेल्प को किसी को मदद कीजिए इस फेस्टिव सीजन में. एंड लेट्स मेक काइंडनेस, लव, care and light go viral. Once again, I request all of you to kindly go and buy things from your local vendors. Take a picture or a video, post it up as your Instagram story with the hashtag vocal for local. Please tag me in. I will share all your stories and let's make love, care, light and joy, kindness go viral. And therefore, yes indeed, John Lennon said, when the teacher said, John, I don't think you understand the question, I don't think you understand the assignment. John said, ma'am, I don't think you understand life. The greatest assignment of life is to be happy. And you can be happy in the middle of all of this problem. We need to deal with them for sure. But by being out of our own mental loops and trying to bring light to someone's life this festive season. Thank you very, very much, Achi, for your kind compliment. Vinay Guleria, thank you for joining. Manish Goyal, Lakshya Nagpal, Mamta Chauhan, Juhi, thank you so much. Samujjal Bhattacharya ji, Divyamsh, I'm so delighted that all of you are here for this live session this evening. Please share this live session with others as well. Let others watch and let's go vocal for local. I wish all of you a fantastic festive season ahead. Have a great Diwali. Have a great time with your family, friends, and try and make the festive season for others great as well. I look forward to see all of you for another Instagram live session very soon. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, stay blessed, stay happy. Once again, wishing you all a happy festive season, a happy Diwali. Thank you all very, very much for joining us this evening. Have a great evening ahead. Thank you.